Hey everyone, this is Mariah from the Petite Planner, and thanks for stopping by to check out my November plan with me. This month I'm going to show you how to use stencils to make a cute bullet journal setup. So I have a lot of stencils, but I wanted something that was kind of autumn and Thanksgiving theme, and I found these on Amazon. It's a pack with a ton of them, and I also have a bunch of letters. I will link all of these below. And this month I'm going to use my Magic Fly markers again, the dual tips. It's all I'm going to use, marker and pen wise. These are super cheap, a million colors, and they even have a black, so it's really all you need. I use my pencil to pre-sketch, my eraser, don't be afraid, and a ruler. There are a couple different ways to use stencils. I pre-sketched my placement a little, but the way I'm going to color these in this month is just with the markers. So I'm going to use the stencil and the fine point end of these dual end markers to make my letters and color them in all at the same time. If you're not really into lettering or you don't think you're great at it, stencils are an easy way to get a different look besides your handwriting. And so all I'm going to do here is be as careful as I can and trace around the stencil to get the outline of my letter H here. If you go quick and hard, you can easily color all over the place. But if you go lightly, then you're able to just trace the stencil, and then I'm just going to kind of shade it in. I'm not coloring it completely, but just shading it with the fine point tip of the marker. Of course, there's so many different ways you could do this. You could use the brush end of the marker and really fill it in all the way, but I played around with it as I was planning this month, and I really like the way these letters end up looking when I just kind of scribble, shade it a little bit with the marker. I chose my Magic Fly markers this month because of so many color options, but you could use any marker with a fine point. So, I mean, I have so many fine point markers. You can choose anything. Even fine point Crayolas would work. So if you want to just go with something really basic. But this set of Magic Fly markers has like 100 colors and is on sale all the time. So if you want to check it out, look in the description below. I highly recommend if you're someone that wants a more affordable way to maybe try out brush lettering, or if you just want to have so many color options for your journal, definitely consider getting these. And so I'm just going to continue filling in this word harvest here for my quote page. And then I'm going to use most of this stencil for this page. I'm going to use the pumpkin and a few of the hearts and the acorns, not those little star shapes. But the great thing about stencils is you can use all of it or part of it. And you're going to see me throughout this whole setup this month mix and match from the different stencils to get different looks on each page. But I'm doing the same thing here with the pumpkin. I'm just outlining around the edge of the stencil and then shading it in with the fine tip marker. I need some cozy colors, sweater weather. I am using a lot of autumn harvesty colors, but I also wanted to bring in this kind of navy blue and I guess like a magenta, maybe fuchsia color. I like the two colors together, and I think they're also fall colors, even though they're not orange and yellow. But you could use any colors you want, and I'm gonna do the scarf with both here. So I'll make a row of each to incorporate both colors, because I want to use both of them throughout this month. So I want to use the hearts from the stencil also, but not exactly in the place they put them. So I'm just going to put them where I want them. That's how easy it is with stencils. And I'll use these hearts, I think, later on for an idea I have. You can mix and match. That's my favorite part about stencils. Anybody can do this. Anybody can outline it and shade it. And then you get a cute factor. And you can, again, coloring it in more solid will look a little bit different than what I'm doing. And here's my acorns, y'all. I love these acorns. Acorns are fall for me. Like, do you have something that when you think of it just totally means fall? Acorns, mostly doodle acorns, are it for me because real acorns aren't as cute as doodle acorns. So on my November cover page, I'm going to use my letter stencils. This is from a different set, and I will put the link below. It came with a bunch of different types of letters, so I had lots of different options. And if you're not great at lettering or you're frustrated with it, stencils are an easy way to get a different look, y'all. So don't be afraid to try them. And there's so many different like themed ones. If you want to make sure, if you're like me and you want to make sure those letters kind of run down the middle of the page, that's what the ruler's for, and measuring your notebook. But again, I'm just going to do the same style. I'm going to color this same way throughout the entire each page this month because I really like the look. So for the sides of this page, I'm going to use just different shapes from these stencils. Pumpkins, apples, leaves, and I'm going to really try to just incorporate all the different colors I want to have throughout the whole month setup. So these red apples are super cute, and another way besides the hearts to kind of pull in the red color that I like. Apples make me think of fall too. Do you think of apples when it comes to fall? Or is that, maybe it's not November, maybe it's more October. I don't know. I just want to eat apple pie. Who likes apple pie? Comment below if you like apple pie. Though I prefer pumpkin pie, to be honest. And I won't ramble about pie. I'll just keep working on this journal, y'all. So I'm just continuing that same style here, and I'm going to use different stencils just to kind of get a whole collection of different little doodles, little icons that represent fall. Oh, and another thing I like about this stencil set is that I think it has like at least 20, I think maybe more than 20, and there's like all different kinds of pumpkins, all different kinds of leaves. So you could have pumpkins all over your journal and they can all look different. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to my monthly calendar. If you've been following along, you know that I haven't been doing weeklies lately because, well, for months, because I haven't had a lot to do, and I'm sure I'm not alone. So for this basic layout, I did sketch it with pencil first, and now I'm going to go over it with my black marker, my black pen. For this, you can use any ruler. Yes, if you know me, if you've been following me, you know this is my favorite green ruler, and it comes in a set of 3, and I will link it below. But you can use any ruler. You don't need this one. I'm basically just drawing straight lines for this, and I just measured it out using the dot grid. I'm not using the squares, though you could. And yes, this is probably one of my #1 favorite bullet journal supplies is this green ruler, and I do use the square one more than the other 2. It comes with like a triangle and a circle one. But I'm just doing a really basic calendar this month, and I want to add some color. So I'm going to add color here across the days and use 4 of my colors that I used on the past 2 pages and do kind of sort of an ombre effect. This is such a simple look. You don't really have to have any drawing ability. You just have to be able to color in. And it doesn't have to be perfect, y'all. So I'm not always in the lines, and I think it still looks good. So then number up. This one worked out really well this month since it started on a Sunday. Okay, now I'm just gonna use a letter for my days of the week, and I'm gonna use the same letter stencils, but I'm gonna use the lowercase and just repeat basically the same thing I did for November, but for each day of the week. I do like to start my monthly calendars on Sunday. I think just because it matches regular calendars, I'm so used to it. But you can start it however you want. And then I've labeled them. I've got a pop of color. And now I'm gonna work on November, which I decided to abbreviate on this page because I would like to leave some white space. Since I used that like fuchsia magenta color on the days of the week, I'm gonna use the navy here so I can incorporate those colors throughout. And then I'm gonna do the same thing as like the past or the November page and add a few little cute items, maybe a pumpkin. I did sketch out an apple in planning, probably acorns because I love the acorns. And there I go again, starting to talk about acorns. But it's the same process. It's super simple, you guys. If you're looking for something easy, stencils, y'all, stencils. Try stencils in your journal if you haven't. think I'm gonna leave the white space here so it doesn't have as much as the last page. And yeah, I like it. So, all right, habit tracker and mood tracker, I have to have them every month. And again, the stencils have come to the rescue. This little, like, I guess wheat has the perfect number of little spots for habits. Okay, sorry, I'm not using a stencil. I am going with my cursive handwriting here for whatever reason. I'm not sure. Okay, let me be real. I didn't want to go dig through my other stencils, y'all, and find a different style stencil, but I didn't want those big bubble letters. So that's just my own handwriting. And here, to make this habit tracker, I'm just gonna do the stencil part. I am not going to color in anything but the stem or stalk or whatever this is on this plant. Is it wheat? Maybe it's wheat. It looks like wheat to me, I think. So I'm going to do that, and then I think, yes, I think I have to divide that bottom one by 2 to get 15 days. Yeah, so you're gonna use that bottom one as 2 spaces, and that'll give you 15 days for the month. And then if you do another little stalk of wheat plant something, you'll have 30 little spaces on the end that you can color in to track your habit. So it fits into the vibe of kind of this autumn fall theme, and is also a really cute habit tracker. And for labeling these, I'm just going to use tiny little block letters, my own handwriting, again, super small. I want to look and see if I can find some stamps, but then I guess I'd have to do each letter for habits because we all have our own habits. I usually track 3 habits a month, so this worked perfectly on this page, and maybe I'll actually track habits this month. I mean, I don't know. I haven't been great at it lately, y'all. But sleep, exercise, and water are the things I've been focusing on almost the whole year. Sometimes I'm better at it than others, but I really like the cute factor of this habit tracker, and that's got to count, right? So for my mood tracker, I'm going to use the same pumpkin from back at the beginning, but a little bit differently than I used it on that kind of cover page. Again, I'm just rolling with my own cursive handwriting here for the word moods. And I am going to track this the way I track on my anxiety and depression tracker. I'm going to rank them. I'll assign colors for each one. I'm going to use those little kind of oval shapes on the scarf, I guess, on the pumpkin to do my mood tracking. And so if you want to do both and you want to track anxiety and depression, you could easily split these little shapes into 2. It'll work really well. Here I want to bring in that magenta color because I don't have any of that or the navy on the other page, and this is, I want all my colors involved wherever possible. But I'm just going to do the outline, and then I'm going to get my black pen here, and I'm going to trace. I'm not going to do all of the ovals because that'd be too many. I'm going to do 30 of them, 1 for each day. I'm going to do some here in the middle, about 20. I'm going to do 20 here in the middle, and then I think I did 1 too many. I'll just color that one in right now. Just color black. But I'm going to do 20 in the middle, and then I'm going to do these little edges of the scarf, and that'll give me 30 to color in. And I'm not going to use the stencil for the rest. Erase, erase, erase. And then I do want to add a little hint of my navy blue in a minute, but I don't think I want it to be part of my key. I have to figure out what colors I want to use here, but I always use this scale, 0 to 2. That's like a great, great day. Low anxiety, low depression. 3 to 4, 5 to 6, 7 to 8, not a great day, really, not great at all. And then 9 to 10 is super intense, bad day, terrible day. But I'm just going to do kind of the color scale here, and using colors from, obviously, my setup. I'm going to start with like the lighter colors, you know, lighter, more mellow for that 0 to 2, and I'll build up to the darker colors. So hopefully when I color this scarf in on the pumpkin, it will be very autumny colors, not so much of this fuchsia and red. I'm hoping this holiday season, I really love the holiday season, so I don't get super stressed, y'all. I'd love to hear how you handle the holidays. You know, just drop a comment or an email. Here's how I'm gonna add in the navy though. I'm gonna do some little whooshy woos, little fancy things here, just to fill in some white space. I had planned to do this, and I think I was using a different one off a different stencil, but I think this one's a little cuter. It's like a little thicker. So I'm just gonna use this one, and I can erase my pencil sketches when we're done. And we will have, oh, that's cute, I like it. And then just come in with the eraser, get rid of those pencil marks. Yes, I do a lot of pre-sketching just to give myself an idea. I don't just roll with it, I can't, y'all. And before we're done, it is November. For so many of us, that means it's Thanksgiving. I like to put, you know, a page for gratitude in my journal every month. And so we have to have one for November. This is another stencil out of the same set. These are all from the same set. And I'm gonna put this right in the middle of both pages. And then instead of having a really structured gratitude page with lines or numbers, I'm just gonna fill in around this with just different things throughout the month that I'm thankful for, good things that happen, everything good. It's a month to focus on everything good. I know you may be dealing with a lot of stress as the holidays come and other things going on in our world, but I'm trying really hard this month too to focus on the good, and I hope you can too. Putting this stencil across 2 pages wasn't that fun. Hopefully these little polka dots are easier. I'm gonna use the fuchsia magenta e-color marker and the navy here to go around. So then I only want to use the word thankful. And the great thing about this is we can turn the stencil and line the dots up, and I can put the word thankful wherever I want. It doesn't have to sit exactly where it is on the stencil. And so I'm going to do this, and I haven't brought much of the green in, so I thought that would be a good balance on this page. And I will just use a regular pen throughout the month and fill in the rest of the page with all the things I'm thankful for. If it's a thought a day, that's amazing. That's gonna be my minimum. But if there's more than one thing a day, I'm gonna try to fill up the whole page this month, y'all. How cute is that? I love it, I love it. So here is my November plan with me. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Let me know if you need anything. Drop a comment, shoot me an email. And if you like this video, I would love a thumbs up. And I love comments, and I will try to get back to all of you. Have a wonderful November, and let me know if you need anything. Thanks, y'all.